All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about fiber optic networks today, but probably not in the way you're used to. See, this isn't just about the cables and the hardware, it's about seeing your network for what it really is, a living, breathing system.
So let me ask you a question. Would you try to get across a big city during rush hour using nothing but an old paper map? You know the one I'm talking about, right? The one that's been in the glove box forever, it's impossible to refold, and maybe there's a so-called shortcut scribbled on it from years ago. It's a recipe for disaster. Now look, the map itself isn't wrong. The streets are exactly where it says they are. But if there's a traffic jam, an accident on the bridge, or major construction, that map tells you absolutely nothing. It's useless. That's why today we all use something like Waze or Google Maps. It's not because paper maps are inaccurate. It's because driving isn't just about geography. It's about navigating a dynamic, constantly changing system. Well, guess what? Your fiber optic network is exactly the same. How you see it and the tools you use to manage it, that changes everything. The thing is, a lot of operators are still stuck in the age of the paper map, and they don't even realize it. That AutoCAD file or that generic GIS system you're using, it's just a map. Don't get me wrong, it's probably a great map. It shows all the fibers in the right place, the poles, the chambers, the geographic info is all there. But that's where it stops. It's just a picture. So the most important thing isn't what that map is showing you, it's what it isn't telling you. A static drawing has these massive blind spots. And those blind spots, that's where the problems start. That's where the delays, the inefficiencies, and the full-blown crises are born. Think about it. Your map can't tell you which fibers are available right now versus which ones are in use. It has no idea which specific customer is connected to that exact strand in that splice closure. It definitely doesn't know who's going to lose their service if you need to cut a section for maintenance. And what about an alternate path? Can it show you one of those when a line goes down at 11 p.m. on a Friday? No way. And it certainly can't tell you if you're about to run out of capacity in a neighborhood that's growing fast. This really gets to the heart of it. Your files, your GIS, your AutoCAD, your spreadsheets, they all show you geography. But your network isn't geography. It's a system of logic. It's alive. It has dependencies, data flows, and most importantly, cascading impacts. Trying to manage that with a static map is just like trying to navigate that traffic jam with a crumpled piece of paper. So let's make this real. Let's walk through what happens when things go wrong and all you have is that paper map approach. Okay, so a fiber break happens, bam. Your tech heads out, but he's got a PDF plan that was printed last week, so it's probably already out of date. Meanwhile, back at the office, it's chaos. Someone's frantically digging through an Excel sheet of subscribers trying to figure out who's affected. Someone else is in the CAD file trying to trace the fiber, hoping to find a workaround. And all the while, the phones are just ringing off the hook. So you've got one technician, at least 3 different files that don't talk to each other, and a whole lot of customers waiting for answers. That, right there, is what crisis management looks like in paper map mode. This whole mess is exactly why the idea of the digital twin is so important. And it's not just some buzzword, it's the real solution to this problem. It's about finally moving from that static drawing to a living, logical system. So what is a digital twin, really? Well, think of it as a dynamic, living model of your entire network. Every single component understands its relationship to every other component. Each fiber knows what it's connected to. Every customer is logically linked to their specific fiber. Any change that happens out in the field is reflected in the system, instantly, for everyone. It is your network's Waze. And this is exactly what the Zonedge platform was built to do from day one. It was designed to take that concept of a digital twin and turn it into a concrete, operational reality for you and your team. The whole ecosystem. You've got Zonedge GIS for planning, Zonedge Web for operations, and Zonedge Terrain for your field techs. It all works together to create that complete digital twin. So when a technician updates something in the field, even if they're offline, it syncs up the second they get a signal. The manager in the office sees that exact same information. The engineers planning the next expansion, they're working with the exact same real-time network status. It's one single source of truth for everybody. Now, let's go back to that fiber break scenario and see the difference this makes. On the left, with generic tools, figuring out which clients are affected takes hours of digging through spreadsheets. But on the right, with the Zonedge digital twin, it's instant. A few clicks and you know. Finding alternate routes? The old way gives you basically zero system-wide visibility. The Zonedge system, though, it actually suggests new paths for your most important services. And documentation? Forget about writing manual reports after the crisis is over. With Zonedge, the system is just updated in real time and everyone is on the same page.
I mean, that's the difference, right? It's the difference between Waze automatically rerouting you around an accident versus just staring at your old paper map that only shows you where the road is supposed to be. One is a tool, but the other is a system.
So, this brings us to the question you really need to be asking yourself. It's not, is our map accurate? The real question is, are we managing a map or are we managing a system? Can you tell me right now who's affected if a specific line goes down? Do you know exactly where your available capacity is at this very moment? If the answer is not really, you're not alone, but it means you're still in paper map mode.
Look, your fiber infrastructure is just as critical to a community as its roads, its water, or its electricity. You deserve the tools to manage it like the living, dynamic system it actually is. It's time to stop navigating with a map and start driving with a GPS. It's time to start designing, operating, and innovating your fiber optic network today.